guys, to start things off, as of right now, the best episode of the series of Ahsoka, the bombastic episode 5, Clone Wars flashback. Wow, I can't freaking believe it. It's the Shadow Warrior, right? Episode 5, that's the name. Shadow Warrior.
Yeah, Shadow Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, dude. That episode, man.
That episode.
You okay?
They shut off because of time.
Were they supposed to shut off?
Yeah, because of time savers.
And he gets on to me about tangents.
Yeah.
He's got to fix his headphones.
I apologize. Anyway, so
episode 5.
Episode 5.
Oh man.
The Shadow Warrior.
Oh man.
I love the fact that in the prediction video portion of the video we did for episode 1 through 4,
we were completely wrong on certain things.
But hey, come on, man! You can't deny that I was right about the flashbacks.
Oh, the flashbacks came.
Yeah, flashbacks came. It was coming. It was beautiful.
Happy about it.
It was freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep. But there's other things I was right with the prediction, which we'll get more into in the later episodes when we talk. Yeah, there's a lot that we were hoping to see, but we didn't get to see, in the later episodes. But we're talking about episode 5. Episode 5 really was like a return of the Jedi, if you will, but for Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka.
Literally a return of the Jedi.
Literally a return of the Jedi.
Like the Jedi.
Yeah, Hayden freaking Christensen came back in the role of Anakin Skywalker. We've seen him. Here's the funny thing. I completely forgot that Hayden Christensen came back for Kenobi. That's how good episode 5 Shadow Warrior was. I completely forgot that we saw Hayden Christensen in Kenobi.
Yes, we did. But it's still in the Darth. Well, no, that's right. There was that one scene in Kenobi.
Yeah. They
do the little training training / flashback.
Yeah.
Not montage.
Yep.
Flashback. You're right.
Yep.
Yeah. It. But the Anakin we got in that was sort of just like a. It was an appetizer.
Yeah, appetizer.
It was an appetizer. It still had somebody's fingers that kind of touched it before it came over. Yeah. But it was a little bit of this one though. First off, I think this Anakin was a better Anakin than any of the Anakins in episodes 1 through 3.
Yep. And I feel that granted, hey, don't catch your pitchforks in a bunch, okay? We know. Well, once I get into this conversation bit,
okay.
The whole thing with George Lucas, great innovator, great dreamer, great. His ideas, his visions, freaking beautiful. His direction and writing.
His writing.
We need some work, my dude.
His writing is terrible.
His foundation is beautiful.
I still think the worst word ever used to describe a young Jedi was younglings. It is still, I think, the bane of his overall look at writing.
You're being a bit soft on that, because the more harder point to it is Jar Jar Binks.
No. Jar Jar Binks, I can give a little bit of leeway to Jar Jar Binks.
Do you give leeway with Jar Jar Binks?
Because he's the idiot. All right? Because he's the idiot, he's the fool. All right? But the moment when even Ian McGregor had to sit there and go, he killed. He has to put his hand in front of his face.
There were talks. No, literally in the behind-the-scenes talks. Ewan McGregor could not freaking finish the line without laughing.
Dude. First time I saw that scene, I was like, "What? What was wrong with the Padawans? What was wrong with any of that?"
But real talk, guys. I'm not hating on Jar Jar. I like Jar Jar, but I understand why people hated the dude. He's
annoying.
He's annoying.
He's supposed to be annoying. I get it.
But
but his character matched that.
Yeah.
So I kind of can let that slide a little bit. There is some very cheesy, very cheesy dialogue in episodes 1 through 3.
Yep. I don't like sand.
It gets everywhere.
But my dude knows how to get the ladies with the sand. I guess.
You know what? I know there's probably those people out there that are now saying, I don't like Star Wars. It gets everywhere.
It gets everywhere. But I can tell that if George was more open, like he was in episode 3,
yeah,
with Hayden Christensen's acting in episode 2, we would have gotten a much proper execution of the character, like we saw with Dave Filoni's direction in episode 5, with Hayden Christensen coming in, being the hero Anakin. And I loved every bit of that. Like the hero Anakin that we missed from the Clone Wars and we visioned him to be in live action.
Yeah, I think bringing in the Filoni version of Anakin was very much so warranted for this, especially for this show. I think this show you needed him to come in. I'm glad Hayden Christensen actually is able to show more of his acting skills because of George Lucas's directing style. I really do feel like his acting was never really given a good light of day, so to speak.
Yeah. The only time he did was episode 3, but that was pushing it because it was already at the end.
There was only one moment for me with Hayden Christensen that I ever believed his acting, and that was after he just got done killing the Tusken Raiders.
That was good.
And he pretty much said, "I slaughtered them. I slaughtered them like animals."
Yep.
And that moment when he was even like, "I hate them." But that was the only moment I was like, he can act.
Yep.
He can. And that moment you got that tear that came down, so you knew he was really feeling it. I thought that was one of his few moments until we come back to this.
Yep.
Episode 5, I saw it again. Dude, I saw his acting again.
I can't watch episode 5. I can't watch episode 5 as much as I can because I start tearing up. Because I'm thinking about Hayden Christensen and his event in Star Wars Celebration where everyone said, "I love you, Hayden Christensen," and he was just bawling in front of everybody.
Because he got,
it was beautiful.
You remember all the backlash that he got from playing Anakin Skywalker. And even me, when I was younger, I was like, man, this guy's just a pretty boy. Because he was. He really, like, a lot of girls really liked him, but a lot of people that were more critical of the films were like, man, this guy's not that great of an actor. And then he did other things like Jumper?
Yeah.
Which he got a little bit more of an ability to bring out some more acting, and he did a little bit better. He did that heist film with T.I.
Yeah, I forgot the name of that movie. The Impossibles or something like that.
But he had other moments, but then he took a break, and I'm kind of glad he did.
Yeah, he became a farmer.
Yeah.
He actually, he is an actual farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But him coming back into it, I'm very glad he came back into it.
Yeah, I remember back in the again, I don't know, guys, you remember? I keep bringing it up. The hyperspace forums and StarWars.com. Yeah, I was all over there. I had my own account. Always talked about Star Wars with adults, children, my age, whatever. We just talked about Star Wars, shared our thoughts about Star Wars, and I only was like at the time, 10, 13 years old, and I saw all the backlash with Hayden Christensen and how the prequels was trash for a lot of people. I enjoyed it when I was a kid. I still enjoyed it.
I was in my teens up into I was just in my teens. Yeah, because it was my freshman year up until my senior year. But I knew that he could act well, and again, I think this brought his acting back into it.
Yeah.
And I think he was directed very well. I think you saw a little bit more of his. It's just the Dave Filoni
Magic.
Anakin. Yeah. The Dave Filoni Anakin does have a different feel to him.
Yep.
And I'm glad that we got to see that in Hayden Christensen.
I like how Hayden Christensen pulled it off. Like, it felt very fluid. How it went from animated to live action hero Anakin.
Yeah.
The legendary warrior from the Clone Wars that Kenobi talked about. This was the Anakin he talked about.
Yeah. Yeah. It was great.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Oh man.
And then we got to get into the lesson learned.
The lesson.
The lesson between Anakin and Ahsoka. We got to get into that.
Now, here's the thing about the lesson. The one thing that I was hearing over the cries of horror that people did not like about the episode is that the lesson made Ahsoka beat Anakin, right? And Anakin was beaten by Ahsoka, and people were mad about that. People that were mad about the episode.
Okay.
Now, for us that enjoyed the episode and loved it and know the fundamentals of why this needed to happen, understand why Ahsoka needed to beat Anakin at this point, right? Because she needed to learn a lesson. And the true lesson of the episode...
But that was if she were to beat Anakin.
Yeah, if she would have beat Anakin.
I think there was that possibility that she would not.
Yeah, but Anakin needed her to complete the lesson by choosing whether you want to kill me or let it go.
Yeah.
If you cannot see that from the lesson, because that's been the main lesson throughout Star Wars history. Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker. Just let it go.
I think there was a secondary
episode Revenge of the Sith. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. The lesson that Anakin did not learn. To let it go. He didn't let it go. He just... I let go of your head. That's my life lesson.
His head was gone.
Dooku, rest in peace.
R.I.P. Dukes.
He was our visionary.
Sure he was. The
Separatists will rise again.
You're getting a little loud there, buddy. Calm it down.
Separatists deserve better. Continue.
I think, so for me, the lesson that was there was about the balance.
Oh, yes, about the balance.
But see, this is a really good way to view that two different people can have two different interpretations as to what the lesson was. You know, I really did take it as there is a balance. It's not just always about being the warrior.
Yes.
It's not always about being the passive Jedi, the one who's, trying to make peace with things. It's about what's needed in the moment. And him and Anakin pressing her to
make the choice.
To make the choice of to be what she needs to in the moment. Because her whole, to me, when I'm watching this episode, her whole thing is, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to be the warrior.
Before.
I've never. That was
Return of the Jedi, baby.
Return of the Jedi. Moment right there with that line. But it was her saying, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to be the warrior. She never wanted to be the warrior. She wanted to be the peacekeeper.
And it's shown in the flashback episode where Anakin was meeting with Ahsoka. Like, come on, Snips. We got a war to fight. Rex is waiting. It was like, I don't want to. Like, I just lost friends out here. I don't want to fight anymore. I was not trained for this. My master told me that we were supposed to be peacemakers, right?
The teachers before him.
But this is not the case anymore.
That's not the case right now. Right. So right now, you need to be the warrior.
I'm trying to protect you here.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't be here forever to protect you. You got to protect yourself.
Yep. That's really where I feel like this lesson was more about accepting the circumstances for what they are, and then learn to adapt to what's going on in front of you.
Dude, and you know why I love that so much? Because Anakin proves that to her by choosing both Vader and Anakin. Balanced, baby!
And you could
it was flawless!
Right. When she takes it, she's got the blade, and she's ready to just go ahead and like end this lesson. You can see that the rage come into her, and even in the eyes.
And the Sith eyes, baby.
Sith eyes, but I think the Sith eyes was also a play of the light, because that saber gives a red, right?
Yeah.
So it will reflect into her eyes a little bit differently. But I think that was on purpose.
I think it's on purpose, but I do see that the Sith eyes are coming in though because of that rage.
Yeah.
I do feel that though. I do feel that.
Right. And she and it was that moment where she tells him, like, you know, I choose life.
Choose life.
I choose to live.
I choose to let you live.
I choose to let you live, and I'm gonna choose to live myself.
Yep.
That she's not just gonna give up, because this whole moment when she's in the world between worlds, she's literally on the edge of death.
Yep. And that's the thing though. If everybody likes to complain that Anakin lost in this fight, Ahsoka already lost this fight. Anakin would have just let her die right here.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what I love about Dave Filoni's introduction to balance Anakin Skywalker and Vader together?
What?
Is that Anakin finally achieved his dream. That he will save everyone from dying. Save his friends and family from dying. Saving the people that he loves from dying. And that very moment, Ahsoka would have been dead. But Anakin came in and rescued her and gave you another choice.
I think it wasn't I think in that regard, it wasn't I'm going to save you from dying. It's I'm going to show you how to save yourself.
Exactly. But if Anakin wasn't there to do that, if you want, there's still the choice.
Yeah, there's still the choice.
But I can't fully save you. But I can. But that was always been his dream, to give a second chance.
Yeah.
For those that could die. Like, no, I want to be here. I want to save you.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give you the choice because it's beyond my power to completely save you.
Yeah. He's always had good intentions.
Good intentions.
Just, you know, sometimes the good intentions are done for the wrong reason, or there's the wrong choices made with good intentions in mind.
Yeah.
And
the whole
Anakin definitely had a good bit of that happen.
The whole situation where I never liked the line, but it does make sense in certain situations. Kind of like with Anakin, you know, good intentions are paved the way to evil. No, it's.
I know what you're talking about. It's on the top of my head too.
I'm butchering the line.
You are butchering the line.
Yeah, it's
okay. I'm glad you're doing it and not me.
Yeah, good intentions are, you know, paved with evil intentions or something like that. It's something around that line. He'll probably look it up. But it's kind of like what happened with Anakin. Like, you know, he had good intentions, but his good intentions led to his demise, or demise of the Old Republic, demise of the Jedi, demise of the people that he loved.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's another thing too with the lesson there. That when I bring out the lesson of letting go, Anakin was trying to teach Ahsoka that, hey, you gotta let that crap go about me becoming Darth Vader. You could never have saved me.
No, she never could have.
And she blames herself for that because she wasn't there to save him. She always blames her, and that's why she feels that it's her fault the way the Empire came about, the way Anakin fell to Darth Vader. You know, if she wasn't there, you know, she never got her resolution with that, and that's one of the things that, you know, led to her demise against Balin fight. Is that she was not balanced, both mentally and, of course, you know, the whole idea of going forward.
Here's your quote: "The road to hell is paved with good intentions."
And Vader's one hell of a guy.
Yeah, hell is full of good meanings, but heaven is full of good works is an alternative.
Yeah. Never liked the line, but I understand. I understand.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, look at that.
Hell hath no fury like an Ahsoka scorned.
Yep, and Anakin Skywalker, and
bro, just him. He did a great job. He really did a great job bringing him back. And the other thing I really like about like this particular part is like the saber forms is definitely coming.
Oh yeah, different saber forms. I think Anakin created a new saber form in this fight with Ahsoka, because it's very mixture between his traditional saber form, which is saber form 6.
Yeah,
and then he introduces Vader's saber form as well. I forgot what's Vader's saber form. It's more bombastic. I forgot what Vader's saber form is. It's more power behind his blows.
Yeah,
and it's sort of like a mixture. I think this Form 8 at this point.
You could almost see Anakin's ability to change it up, like Bruce Lee not taking a particular kung fu style.
Ooh, yeah.
You know, like he created his own.
Yeah.
What was it? Jeet Kune Do?
Jeet Kune Do,
way of the
yeah.
intercepting fist.
Mm-hmm.
This was the way of the intercepting blade.
I like that.
You know,
I like that.
He was like water.
Like water. So with people, you know, complaining that Ahsoka beat Anakin, I'm like, you're not seeing the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
You're not seeing the bigger picture
Yeah, there's the bigger
as the lesson that was needed to be learned for Ahsoka to move forward.
I agree. I completely agree. Now, Jason,
my boy, he got talent, baby.
Jason.
You know how we talked about it. And we were right about this, where you know, the filoni finds a way for these characters to be involved in certain scenes, why things are set up this way, right?
Yeah.
Jason, we complained that, hey, why is Hera Syndulla being a bad mom? I get it. Why bring her son involved in a dangerous mission?
Going on a super dangerous mission.
Yeah. But then now we see why they Filoni set this up this way. So to have Jason, you know, show off his force abilities, show like, hey, mom, Ahsoka's out there. I'm like, I could hear her. I could hear the saber.
I don't know if you could, but like when I'm listening on my nice sound system,
yeah,
you can hear not only the waves crashing, but you can hear you can hear that
yep,
like all mixed in. So the sound design for the show, like, man,
dude,
these sound designers out there, beautiful job, beautiful job from the crew. Always does a great job. Let's just put it out there. The crew, the camera work, like the cinematography, you know, special effects people, you guys all do amazing. All right.
I think overall, all these shows, you know, have been great. It's just the story.
It's story.
It's the stories.
Where
everything looks nice, and then you know, George has brought this up. I like to reference George a lot because everything that's been coming forward with the recent shows and movies has been, you know, he called this, and it's been called for years. It's the fact that George said it too, is that we're gonna get to the point where everything's gonna look great, everything's gonna feel great.
Yeah.
But the story ain't gonna be there. It's not gonna match the quality of what you're seeing, and it's unfortunate that Disney is tripping on themselves with this, because they put out so much content, so much great stuff.
Yeah.
But the story is lacking because you guys putting your budgets and money everywhere else and not getting the right writers, getting the right storytellers to get this.
Hopefully, with the writer's strike being done, the writers won a lot of what they wanted. Okay, with the big companies, including Disney.
Yeah.
SAG, Screen Actors Guild, as of the time of this recording, is in negotiations today.
They are. Okay, cool.
All right. They were in negotiations on Monday and they didn't reach a deal yet. But one of the things that they're touting on the writers is that there will be more writers in the writers' rooms, not just a singular showrunner who also has to write. So there should be more people to spread out the load, and allegedly and supposedly we should get better content because there's more people doing checks on making sure that the stories are coming across the way they should. So I'm hoping that this, since the writer's strike is pretty much wrapped up, that we should be getting some, not only just good talent but we should be getting newer talent, because the newer generation of writers were the ones who were getting screwed over the most when it came to how much work they could do. So cross fingers that our shows should be getting better.
Speaking of shows, Clone Wars. Live action.
Bro.
Okay, I know people were complaining that why the troopers look chunky. The troopers look real. They got real armor.
Calm it down.
I am calm. They got real armor. They don't look like CGI troopers anymore. And to be fair, I enjoy my CGI troopers when I was growing up. That's cool. But I love seeing them in live action with real armor, just running in.
Also, people, you got to remember that a good bit of these people that come in to play the troopers are more than likely 501st members.
Mm-hmm.
They can't like you can only have so many pieces of stormtrooper or clone trooper armor created for the day that you're going to shoot.
Yeah.
And the way Mandalorian supplemented not having a huge amount of stormtroopers was to ask the 501st to come in for the day.
They did.
And stand in for more clone troopers. And then the ones that got slung around, those were your stuntmen.
Yep.
Those were the actors and stuff that put on the outfits. The same is probably true for this.
Yeah, I'm probably going to see at some point some people coming out like, yeah, I was a 501st member. And that's what happened with Mandalorian Season 1. Mandalorian, some of the 501st members I was friends with were posting photos of them actually on set of the first season finale, because they were all stormtroopers being involved with Moff Gideon and stuff like that.
And that's because their armor has to be approved. It has to be picture accurate as much as possible.
Yep.
Even those who do the Imperial officers, who do like the Grand Moff costumes and things, that all has to be, if you're going to be 501st member, that all has to be like pristine.
Oh my God, Rex! But this is the Battle of Ryloth.
Oh, not only Rex, but you got a couple extra Twi'leks.
I love the Battle of Ryloth storyline here.
Which is a great battle, by the way. If you don't know the Battle of Ryloth, go watch some Clone Wars.
Definitely,
just look it up on YouTube.
I think it's definitely the episodes where you really felt the Republic were the heroes.
Well, if you recall, the Battle of Ryloth is one of the big first moments where Ahsoka was separated 100% from Anakin.
Yeah, she was mostly in the space battle.
There was also that moment when she was in the... Wasn't this the Battle of Ryloth? Was she was in the caverns with the super tank? Was that the Battle of Ryloth?
No. That was elsewhere.
Okay,
Ryloth. She was never in the actual planet side. We never saw the episodes of her being actual planet side. She was actually in the space battle. She lost several of her pilots and also a cruiser during that. But the thing is, they used the Battle of Ryloth because in this segment here, because I can see why Dave Filoni did, because she lost most of her troops.
Yeah, she lost
in the Battle of Ryloth.
Yep.
And they didn't want to do a space battle. They did more of a ground battle, which is still cool. I love it. It got more and more interactions with Ahsoka, which is the actor that plays Ahsoka, the young Ahsoka, is actually the daughter of Thanos from Infinity War.
It is.
Yep, the same actress. Let me see.
She plays young.
Young Ahsoka.
The young Ahsoka also plays young Gamora.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah,
young Ahsoka plays young Gamora. And I was like, wait a minute, why does she look so familiar to me? Ariana Greenblatt. Yeah, Greenblatt. Or, Ariana. Yeah, she's also in the Barbie movie as well.
Still haven't seen Barbie yet.
I gotta see it.
Gotta see it.
But she did a fine job playing a young Ahsoka. I love how Dave Filoni just cooked this episode real well.
This was a good however you like your steak.
Yes.
This was cooked perfectly to the however you like your steak. I'm more of a medium rare kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm same here.
Yeah, so this was good medium rare steak, Rancor steak for me.
Yep, the Rancor steak. This was the Rancor steak.
A little bit of blood.
Yep. This was the Rancor. Oh, the ATTEs in the back.
Man, those are so
Bruh.
good. Those are so good.
Okay, look, I looked at most of this on my computer and my phone.
Yeah.
But when you bring it out to the freaking TV, oh my God, I love the balance here, because here comes Vader. This episode was great. It was great.
I would say this is probably the strongest episode of the whole show.
The whole show. I love the symbolism between Vader walking alone, because he is alone. When he became Vader, lost everything. And then in between, you see Anakin leading the forces, leading the troops. His buddies, his friends, Captain Rex.
Oh yeah.
So, but I like how they showed off Jason
Jason.
Solo's ability here. Like he is,
Yeah.
he's not playing around.
No.
He does have force abilities. So,
I mean, he's the son of a Jedi.
yeah. The thing is, because he was always talking about like, hey, I want to be a Jedi. I want to train too. But we were like, okay, so,
You know what? This is pure speculation and conjecture.
Mhm.
I would not be surprised if Syndulla of Hera has a little bit of force sensitivity in her as well.
Yeah, well, the thing is, most people, especially with talent, they do got the force
I mean,
abilities in
she
them.
can fly.
Yeah.
That girl
Yeah.
can fly.
I think I don't think she got the help with Jason
Yeah.
to force to see through the noise.
Every time I see
With the
Hera
force
flying,
abilities.
it reminds me of The Matrix.
Yeah.
When Jada Pinkett Smith's character is flying, and you got the guy in the gunner seat. He's like, oh, this girl can fly.
Yep.
So good.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead, the wife to General Kenobi. Right? And also Ramona Flowers, my queen.
Ramona Flowers.
Chef kiss.
Ramona.
Love her. I always love this woman.
Syndulla.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see more of her. I think she definitely nailed. The more I see her as Hera, the more I love her.
Yeah.
I think they really nailed her.
Syndulla or Elizabeth?
Both. I love both cakes. Green cakes, pink cakes.
Look, we had a whole bit about your Mothma cakes.
Yeah, Mothma cakes, Hera, Syndulla cakes.
Now, for all those out there, for all
Kenobi cakes.
all you females watching, he is an equal opportunity gawker. He also admires the male cakes, okay?
Henry Cavill's cakes are good too.
Oh, he loves Henry Cavill's cakes.
Mm-hmm.
He's looked at all the cakes, the Spider-Man cakes, the Batman cakes.
All the cakes are good.
All the
Cakes are cakes.
Cakes
are cakes.
Cakes are cakes.
Cakes are cakes.
It's the layers. He just likes
So-
layers.
All the layers, yes. And we were trying to figure out either, what also has layers.
Cakes have layers.
Cakes have layers.
It all goes back to Shrek.
Yeah. So, anything else we want to talk about on episode 5 before we move on? I think at the end of episode 5, Harrison Dula and Tiva Carson.
Yeah.
Blue, my boy
Carson,
Blue.
yeah,
Blue. They're getting in some trouble with the Republic because she went on her own little mission.
That's not this episode. I think this is next episode.
Yeah.
Next episode, Blue's response to things just cracks me up.
Yes.
But we'll get into that. I do. You know what? I really like with Carson.
Yeah.
Mr. Kim. Blue, as you like to call him.
Our boy Blue.
I love him in the actor who plays Carson. What's his name?
I got you.
Cast.
Lee. Paul Sung Lee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Sung Lee. Yep.
I'm not seeing him on my screen.
Yep. Paul Sung Hyung Lee.
Paul Sun
Hyung Lee.
Lee.
Yep.
All right, that gentleman in Mr. Kim's Convenience, also on Netflix, great show, loved it. That guy's a great actor. I love this guy as an actor.
Mhm.
But his role as Carson, it's so personal.
Mhm.
Like I can connect with him so much on so many. Like when Syndulla tells him, "Hey, gear up your fighters. We got to go back out."
Yeah.
And he's just like, why? Why we got to do that?
We're waiting for you out here.
And then Hugh Yang just goes, Jason has abilities. And he's just like, okay.
You know, it's a meme now where whenever somebody's asking, like, what's going on with this show? I don't know these characters.
Oh.
And Hugh Gang's like, Rebels.
Okay. Okay. Oh, dude, the Battle of Mandalore.
Oh, the siege. Oh, it was beautiful. The siege of freaking Mandalore.
Seeing the death.
The Mandalorians.
Yeah, the
Death Watch Mandalorians.
Mandalorians.
Yes. And I love the fact that Anakin
And he's
was
got
like,
more of his Sith look on
Yep.
this one too.
Anakin was like, oh, the cinematography and the lighting. Yo, whoever did that, you are immortalized. by Star Wars history.
Cinematographers?
The cinematographer, the lighting, it was beautiful. No, I'm just saying, they're immortalized in this episode. Look. When,
I know.
the moment that comes up with the lightsaber and the crap, y'all are immortalized forever because of that moment there. It was freaking beautiful. That moment there, man. Like, oh my God, right there where Anakin just pulls out the freaking red lightsaber.
Yeah.
And then he goes Sith mode, bruh. And I love the fact when Anakin came out of the portal, you could see the transformation of Vader and Anakin in between, and then you hear, "You lack conviction." You hear the voice. You hear Vader. Oh, right there! Look at it! Look at it! Oh! Woo! Ooh! Oh yeah! Oh! This was the Rancor steak. This was the Rancor cake.
So this is cinematographer Eric Steelberg.
Eric Steelberg, man. Eric Steelberg,
You did it, bro. You did a great freaking job. Oh,
here's your magnum opus. This is your
Quinn Tran. I don't know who that guy is,
dude.
But still, like,
this is your magnum opus right here.
What else did I got to know? What else this guy did? You know, I'm a film guy, so I got to know what else this guy did. What else did Mr. Eric Steelberg do? What else has he worked on? Oh, of course. He worked on no, wait, maybe I'm looking that up wrong. Where is your movies? Oh, known for Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh, that was good.
Juno, Up in the Air. Of course, he did Ahsoka.
Yep, here's the moment with the Sith eyes. Look at that. Oh.
I know, those
beautiful.
eyes. Both of them. But you know what? The moment when Anakin is done with the lesson and you know he's in that Sith mode and he takes the moment and he breathes. And then his eyes come back up and it's gone.
Yep.
It just shows you like how much control he has over himself now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He go back and forth.
Oh yeah.
But
this guy's done a lot.
But yeah. So let's get back to this before we get into another tangent. So yeah, this cinematographer, this is your magnum opus right here.
No,
beautiful.
It's not.
Yes.
It is word for now until he does something else.
I know, he does something else, but right now this is your magnum. This is your Rancor steak. This is your Rancor cakes. Okay. Now, going forward, just to finish things off with the episode, Hera and Carvin Tiva, they're in trouble. They're in trouble with the Republic because they went on a mission that they weren't signed off for. So as of right now, Ahsoka is at this moment. She comes back from the world between worlds. She has become Gandalf the White, Ahsoka the White, and she's now talking with the whales to try and get back to catch up.
There is a lot of parallels between some Lord of the Rings symbology and Ahsoka's show. So
yeah, I think Dave Filoni. You did. Yeah, Gandalf the White. Ahsoka the White. You did a fantastic job with them symbolisms.
After she fights the Balin Balrog.
The Balin Balrog. Well, to be fair, I think Anakin was more the Balrog.
No. Anakin was the journey beyond time.
Because
remember Gandalf.
That's right. He did. He went back
beyond time and space.
Yeah. You went back to heaven and like, no, get back out
he's
there.
He's a Minar, so
yeah, get back out there. You still have your mission's incomplete down there. Wait, what? No, not with those freaking hobbits again.
Tank ferret.
So Ahsoka, she learned a thing or two from Ezra and started talking with the whales.
Great messaging in this one. In this episode.
And now Ahsoka and Hu Yang are now heading to where the Eye of Sion went. Yep. With the rest of the gang to go get Thrawn.
Yeah. So are we going on to episode 6 now?
Yeah.
Hey everyone, and thank you for stopping by at Geekin Out and checking out this video. I'm Gabe from Archetype, and if you could please, do all the things. Subscribe, like, comment, share, promote this to the world. Make sure the leaders of all nations see this, and let's spread the joy of geeking out together. Because that's the only way we get to make an empire. It's not just me. It's not just Nad. It's together. I hope you all have a lovely day and a lovely evening and a lovely morning or whatever it is, wherever you're watching. And I guess me and Nat will see you on the next one. Until then, later. All right, I'm gonna that way. That way. See you guys later.